Week 13 is just about wrapped up, and I've gone 8-6 on my predictions so far. The Broncos and Commanders are in overtime as I'm recording this, so that game and the Monday night game haven't been played yet. Heading into Week 14, the Patriots, Giants, 49ers, and Panthers are on a bye week, and we're going to be starting off with the Cowboys at the Lions on Thursday Night Football. The Cowboys came away with another surprising win over the Chiefs, but I still have a hard time buying in with them. And this is the Cowboys we're talking about here, come on. I think Detroit should take the win here 30-24. Now for the Titans at the Browns. And both of these teams suck so much that I'm actually going to pick the Browns to win a football game. I think they win 23-16. Next up is the Seahawks at the Falcons. And the Seahawks defense and Jason Myers had a nice win against Minnesota. We don't talk about the rest of the offense. However, if the Falcons can't even beat the Jets, this is a pretty easy choice. I say Seattle wins 28-17. Now for the Colts at the Jaguars. A massive game for the AFC South, but the Colts seem to be trending downward while the Jags are trending up. And history isn't looking too kind to the Colts since they haven't won in Jacksonville in over a decade. I think Jacksonville gets a firm grip on the division with a 27-23 win. Next up is the Commanders at the Vikings. The Vikings truly looked lifeless against Seattle, offensively at least. But if JJ McCarthy comes back, that could change things. However, even though the game hasn't finished yet at the time I'm recording this, the Commanders have really impressed me on Sunday night against Denver. So I'm going to take Washington to get the win 23-20. Next up is the Bengals at the Bills. I expected the Bengals to beat the Ravens with Joe Burrow back, but I didn't expect them to beat them by that much. That makes this game a really difficult pick, because the Bills are far from a team that I can rely on at this point. However, they did have a good showing against Pittsburgh, for what that's worth. I'm really on the fence with this one because I don't trust Buffalo at all, but I'm still going to take them to win here 28-24. Now for the Saints at the Bucks. Baker Mayfield was not sidelined by his injury and he was able to pick up a win against the Cardinals. But overall, the Buccaneers have been struggling after a strong start to the year. A perfect time for a free win like the Saints. I'm not going to regret saying that. Sorry, Bucs fans. I'm picking Tampa 24-13. Next up is the Steelers at the Ravens. I have a hard time seeing the Ravens lose 2 games in a row with Lamar Jackson back, especially to a team as mediocre as Pittsburgh. So I say the Ravens beat the Steelers in an ugly 23-20 game. Now for the Dolphins at the Jets. The Dolphins were able to get a win against the Saints, but how will they do against a real team? Well, we won't find out this week as they're playing the Jets. However, those Jets are coming off of a win against Atlanta, and in large part because of that, I'm actually going to take the Jets to win this one 24-21. Next up is the Broncos at the Raiders. The Raiders are awful, and regardless of whether or not the Broncos choke in overtime against the Commanders, they're miles better than Vegas. I'm picking Denver 26-14. Now for the Rams at the Cardinals. And to any Rams fans watching this, I don't even need to gloat, you know exactly what I'm thinking right now. The Cardinals took a narrow defeat to a very injured Buccaneers team, so I'm not sure how much of a chance they really have here. As awesome as last week was, unfortunately for me, I do think the Rams bounce back this week with a 27-20 win. Now for the Bears at the Packers, a rivalry game that's actually interesting for once. I may have to double check this, but the Bears apparently have the number 1 seed in the NFC right now. It feels like I'm just pulling shit out of my ass, but it's true. But the Packers just put up a dominant performance against the Lions, and I think they do the same thing here. I'm taking Green Bay 28-21. And on Sunday Night Football, we have the Texans at the Chiefs. And the Chiefs are in serious danger of missing the playoffs entirely. The Texans are also fighting for their playoff lives, but that's not nearly as surprising as it is with the Chiefs. And the Texans actually have a better record right now, somehow. After winning 2 straight, it is tempting to take the Texans here, but with the season effectively on the line, I don't really see the Chiefs losing this one. I think Kansas City clutches it out with a gritty 24-20 win. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we have the Eagles at the Chargers. This is a really tough game to pick because the Chargers have been looking good lately, while the Eagles are falling off a cliff. But do I really think the Eagles are going to lose 3 straight? I was doubting that until I thought, well, this same thing has already happened. A couple years back when the Eagles started 10-1 or 11-1 or whatever it was, then they lost a bunch of games to end the year and got embarrassed in the wildcard round. I'm starting to get deja vu. So I think the Chargers are actually going to win this one 27-23. And there's all my picks. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.